time for the next hot topic.
Lies, shenanigans.
All right, Gianni Storm. Now, you wanted to make sure we acknowledge some amazing women for Women's History Month. Is this truth, lies, or shenanigans?
This is truth. So there's an article on the 12 most important women in history, highlighting them during March, which is considered Women's History Month. So disclaimer, Women's History Month began as a local celebration in California and originally was Women's History Week in 1978. After the movement gained traction for years, states began declaring the whole month of March as Women's History. Finally, Congress declared on March 1987 as the first official Women's History Month. So, finally, here is a list of the 12 most important women in history, according to this article.
Let's hear it.
Jane Austen, the romance comedy novelist originator. Anne Frank, iconic young writer and Holocaust victim. Maya Angelou, poet, singer, memoirist, and civil rights activist. Queen Elizabeth I, most successful monarch in British history. Catherine the Great, a historic queen credited for modernizing Russia. Sojourner Truth, the most inspiring African American abolitionist and women's rights activist. Rosa Parks, revolutionary civil rights activist. Malala Yousafzai, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say her last name. Survivor in okay, what Rob said. And Pakistani women's
That's what I
education
would
rights
say.
women rights activist Marie Curie, Polish pioneering physicist and scientist. Ada Lovelace, English mathematician and the world's first computer programmer. Edith Cohen, Australia's first ever female member of parliament. And finally, Amelia Earhart, American pilot pioneer who flew solo across the Atlantic.
Wow.
And more.
All right, so what's your
So
question,
guys,
Gianni?
my question is, do you agree with the names of the women on this list as being the most important women? And who do you think should be added or maybe taken away from the list?
All right, let's start with Jose, the other lady on the panel.
Um, do I agree with all of them? To be honest, some of them I've never heard of, shamefully, but I love that I'm learning
Me too.
something new. What I absolutely love was that Jane Austen is on here, and like I was sharing pre-show, is that she is one of my favorite authors. Mansfield Park is my all-time favorite book. I'm sorry, I'm a nerd, and I will even watch the movie with Johnny Lee Miller, Meow.
Yeah.
Anyways, do I agree with all of these? I would have to read more about them. Mary Curie, I remember reading a book when I was in kindergarten, grade one. It was an illustrated book, and I was fascinated that it was like a woman scientist who I
Yeah.
would love to see later on, and that I think that absolutely belongs on here. And this young lady has my heart is Greta Thunberg. She's in Stockholm, Sweden, and she is known for the Greta effect, climate change and everything. So I'm hoping to see her on there soon because
Deserves it.
she's a powerful young lady, and nothing's going to stop her. And I don't think she's done for a while yet.
All right, Robbie.
Um, any emissions? Yeah, there's a few glaring ones. My mom, my wife, my daughter, my granddaughter.
Yes,
So, I mean, most important
that's
women in
true.
my life. Um, I would have to go with Marie Curie as far as my favorite on the list, because I truly appreciate her contributions to the scientific community and the inspiration that it has created for many other women to be involved in the scientific community. One person I would like to see added is Jane Goodall, for all of the work that she's done with primates that has helped us understand them and ourselves so much better through her. And fun fact about Jane Goodall, she has, I can't remember the name of the condition. I wish I would have researched it. It just kind of came to me. She is one of those humans who is unable to recognize facial patterns. So she can meet you and she will not recognize your face the next time. So she lacks that ability. And that's a fun little fact about Jane
Really?
Goodall. She's actually come to speak at Laurentian University a few times. Another one that I really admire on this list is Malala Yousafzai, an amazing advocate. I mean, to survive an attack like that, to take a bullet in the brain
Oh, yeah.
because you want to attend school, and to survive that, and then to become this staunch advocate for girls' education internationally. That young woman has my admiration and respect.
So for me,
But you-
I have a lot of knowledge about many of the black women on here, obviously because of grew up, learning black history. Actually, I love Sojourner Truth. I love Rosa Parks. I, now Maya Angelou is the top 12. I like Maya Angelou, no question. I just think there might be people higher on the list, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. Um,
like
for
who?
example, I was shocked that Harriet Tubman was left off. So
Mhm.
Harriet Tubman, I mean, that was the biggest snuff for me. She was, enslaved. She escaped, uh, helped others gain their freedom as a conductor on the Underground Railroad. She also served as a scout, spy, guerrilla soldier, nurse for the Union Army during the Civil War. I mean, she was just a straight badass.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
that's what I'm surprised about that list. I mean, Harriet Tubman, even over the other black women on the list. But yeah, that's what I think. But that's just my thought.
I
Yeah.
agree. I feel like Harriet, that's actually you bringing it up just sparked my memory. Like, why isn't she on here? Um, but I will say Maya Angelou is, if this was a top 20, she
20.
should be there.
I can give you there.
I think that, yeah, I think that Maya Angelou was very, very influential. And also just the struggles that she went through. Well, we can say that of people, but I will say Ada Lovelace. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but the world's first computer programmer. I saw her. I read a little bit about her because this is my first time hearing of her, and I just thought that she was very interesting because she came from a royal family, or she came like privileged a little bit, but she still saw a lot of like opposition and struggle because she was a woman at that time and trying to be a mathematician, trying to invent things. Her her like I forget. I think it was like coding. Her
Mhm.
codes
And that's
weren't
just
found
it.
and accepted.
If
Yeah,
if
years
you're
later.
talking about computer coding, like in 1856, we're talking about stuff that's very punch card driven, that's very mechanically driven. It's, there's always something actuating something else. So we can't think of it
Yeah.
in terms of what we think of as
A
far as
computer.
computer language.
Mhm.
We have to think of it as machine language, and it's very
Yeah.
complex. And that she pioneered that is an amazing
Wow.
accomplishment that we've benefited from.
So that's even harder because it is like
Oh,
manual.
Yep.
yeah, it's not just picking up a browser and doing something in Flash or whatever the flavor of the day is. This is inventing it from scratch, and this was machine language. It's very complex. That's
Wow.
so yeah, that she belongs there big time.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
All right. So got some
Very
great comments online. So Olivia says, "Where's Mary, the mother of Jesus?" All
Not
right.
on the list.
Sorry, that made me laugh. I'm sorry.
She didn't
Okay.
make it.
Kevin Thaxton also said, "My mom." Mike Winter says, "Not meow." um, so Vanessa G says, "Go Jane." Lizzie Anderson says, "If you have Rosa Parks, you need to have Claudette Colvin, who did a bus boycott before Miss Park." Mike
Before.
Winter says, "Bro, I don't even know." So Jane Goodall's condition, according to Wiki. Oh, okay. Prosopagnosia is Jane Goodall's condition. Oh, okay, got it. All right. Vanessa G also
Good job.
suggested Mary Shelley, Florence Nightingale. Kevin Thack says Harry Tubman was a kung fu badass. Jeanette Brown suggested
What?
Michelle Obama. Kevin Thaxton says Nikki Giovanni. Lizzie Anders says, if you have Anne Frank, where is Harriet Jacobs? Vanessa G also suggested Heidi Lamar, who invented the wireless. All right, that is it for Hot Topics. Great job, guys. Thank you, Johnny.
Nice.
Truth, lies, shenanigans.
All right, as always, we love to end our show with a fun game. So here, let's do it.